Napoleon Bonaparte. The name still echoes through history, conjuring images of battlefield smoke, grand armies, and imperial ambition. Born Napoleon Bonaparte in 1769 on the island of Corsica, his early life was shaped by his family's minor nobility and the island's turbulent politics. Napoleon's intelligence earned him a scholarship to mainland France, where he received a military education. At the young age of 9, he left his family and sailed to France, a journey that marked the beginning of his separation from his Corsican roots. He immersed himself in his studies, excelling in mathematics and history, subjects that would later serve him well on the battlefield and in the halls of power. The French Revolution, which erupted in 1789, would soon plunge the country, and indeed all of Europe, into chaos. The French Revolution, a tumultuous period of radical social and political upheaval, provided the backdrop for Napoleon's meteoric rise. As the monarchy crumbled and France declared itself a republic, Napoleon, still a young artillery officer, watched with keen interest. His military skills, honed through rigorous training and a deep understanding of strategy, did not go unnoticed. In 1793, during the Siege of Toulon, Napoleon's innovative use of artillery played a decisive role in the Republican victory. This victory catapulted him to national prominence, earning him recognition and promotion to the rank of brigadier general at the young age of 24. His military successes, coupled with his growing ambition, set the stage for his ascent to the pinnacle of power. Following the turmoil of the French Revolution, a new government, the Directory, took control. While ostensibly committed to Republican ideals, the Directory proved weak and unstable, struggling to address France's deep-seated problems. His victories in the Italian campaigns against Austria solidified his reputation as a brilliant military commander, capturing the imagination of the French people, who were hungry for stability and glory. In 1799, sensing an opportunity to seize power, Napoleon returned to Paris from his campaigns in Egypt. Napoleon, with the support of key political and military figures, staged a coup d'état, effectively ending the French Revolution. This bloodless coup, known as the Coup of 18 Brumaire, established Napoleon as first consul, granting him unprecedented power. Napoleon's impact extended far beyond the battlefield. One of his most enduring achievements was the creation of the Napoleonic Code, a comprehensive legal system that replaced the patchwork of feudal laws that had governed France for centuries. This code enshrined the principles of equality before the law, religious tolerance, and the protection of property rights. The Napoleonic Code was a radical departure from the past, abolishing feudal privileges and establishing a meritocratic system where individuals were judged based on their abilities rather than their birthright. The Code's influence extended far beyond France's borders, serving as a model for legal reforms in countries across Europe and beyond. Napoleon's reforms were not limited to the legal sphere. He also implemented sweeping changes in education and the economy. Master of the battlefield, early victories, and the Grande Armée. Napoleon's military genius was undeniable. He revolutionized warfare, developing innovative tactics and strategies that emphasized mobility, decisive action, and the concentration of forces at critical points. He understood the importance of morale and instilled in his troops a sense of purpose and loyalty, forging them into the Grande Armée, a formidable fighting force that would dominate Europe for years to come. At the Battle of Marengo in 1800, he faced a formidable Austrian army in northern Italy. Despite initial setbacks, Napoleon rallied his troops, launching a surprise attack that routed the Austrians and secured a decisive victory. He reorganized the French army, creating a system of corps, self-contained units that could operate independently, giving him greater flexibility on the battlefield. The empire at its zenith, from Spain to Austerlitz. By 1804, Napoleon's grip on power was absolute. He crowned himself Emperor of the French, a symbolic act that signaled the end of the French Revolution and the dawn of a new era. France, under his rule, had emerged from the chaos of the Revolution as the most powerful nation in Europe. In 1805, he confronted a coalition of European powers, including Austria, Russia, and Great Britain, at the Battle of Austerlitz, a battle that would become a testament to his military genius. Napoleon, outnumbered by his opponents, lured them into a trap, feigning weakness before launching a devastating counterattack that shattered the Allied armies. The victory at Austerlitz cemented Napoleon's reputation as the most formidable military commander of his age. At the height of his power, Napoleon's empire stretched from the Atlantic coast to the borders of Russia, a testament to his ambition and military prowess. Cracks in the facade, the Peninsular War, and growing resistance. Despite his string of victories, Napoleon's triumphs masked growing cracks in his empire. The Peninsular War, which erupted in 1808, would prove to be a costly and protracted conflict, draining French resources and exposing the limits of Napoleon's power. The Spanish people, fueled by nationalist pride and aided by British forces under the Duke of Wellington, waged a relentless guerrilla war against the French, bogging down Napoleon's armies in a bloody and inconclusive conflict. The Peninsular War, while a sideshow compared to Napoleon's campaigns in Central Europe, proved to be a significant drain on French resources and manpower. It highlighted the limits of Napoleon's ability to control the vast territories he had conquered. Hubris and disaster, the invasion of Russia. Napoleon's ambition, often bordering on hubris, ultimately proved to be his undoing. In 1812, he embarked on his most audacious and disastrous campaign, the invasion of Russia. Motivated by a desire to punish Tsar Alexander I for defying his continental system, Napoleon assembled the largest army Europe had ever seen, the Grande Armée, numbering over 600,000 men. The Russians, however, employing a scorched-earth policy, retreated eastward, refusing to engage in a decisive battle. As the Grande Armée advanced, it faced dwindling supplies, logistical nightmares, and the relentless pressure of the Russian winter. The Battle of Borodino, fought in September 1812, proved to be a Pyrrhic victory for Napoleon. The Russians refused to surrender, and Napoleon, facing the prospect of being trapped in Moscow for the winter, was forced to order a retreat. Exile and return. Elba, the 100 Days, and Waterloo. The retreat from Russia was a catastrophe for Napoleon and the French Empire. The once mighty Grande Armée was reduced to a shadow of its former self, decimated by hunger, disease, and the relentless attacks of the pursuing Russian army. In April 1814, with Paris occupied by enemy forces, Napoleon abdicated his throne and was exiled to the island of Elba. In February 1815, Napoleon escaped from Elba and landed in France with a small group of followers. His return ignited a wave of popular support, and he was able to reclaim his throne with little bloodshed. The period known as the 100 Days marked Napoleon's last grasp at power. On June 18, 1815, near the village of Waterloo, he faced a combined British and Prussian army under the Duke of Wellington and Gebhard Leberecht von Blücher. Despite initial successes, Napoleon's army was defeated, marking the end of his 100 Days and his final defeat. The Napoleonic Legacy, a complex tapestry. The Battle of Waterloo marked the end of Napoleon's reign and the Napoleonic Wars that had engulfed Europe for over 2 decades. Napoleon was exiled to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic, where he died in 1821 at the age of 51. Napoleon's legacy remains a subject of intense debate and fascination. He was a complex and contradictory figure, a military genius and ruthless conqueror, a reformer and a dictator. His impact on Europe and the world was profound, shaping the political map of Europe, inspiring revolutions, and leaving an indelible mark on military strategy, law, and governance. The Napoleonic Code, with its emphasis on equality before the law and individual rights, continues to influence legal systems around the world. Conclusion: Napoleon's enduring impact. Napoleon Bonaparte's life and career continued to captivate and intrigue us, even 2 centuries after his death. His ambition, military genius, and enduring legacy continue to spark debate and inspire both admiration and condemnation. Was he a hero or a tyrant, a liberator or an oppressor? The answer, like the man himself, is complex and multifaceted. Napoleon's legacy is a tapestry woven from threads of brilliance and brutality, progress and destruction, enlightenment and tyranny. His story serves as a cautionary tale about the intoxicating allure of power, the corrupting influence of ambition, and the enduring legacy of a man who, for a brief but tumultuous period, held the fate of Europe in his hands.